The necks of modern giraffes are clearly lengthened as an adaptation to help them feed on leaves which are located at the tops of trees, which most herbivorous mammals cannot access. Early giraffes, however, did not possess these lengthened necks. There are a number of giraffes known in the fossil record which possessed normal length necks. And there is a primitive giraffe alive today in Africa known as the okapi. It's classified as a giraffe, but a primitive one, and it still possesses the primitive trait of a shorter neck. How might these necks have lengthened from the fossil ancestors? In this simulation, the giraffes with shorter necks can only access sufficient food resources when the trees are short. Once the height of the trees increases, and in this animation there is little vegetation at a lower height, then the mutant giraffes, which just by random chance had longer necks, would be more successful because they would be more able to obtain food. This would help them survive in times of shortage. This would give them more energy to mate, defend territories. Females would produce adequate amounts of milk for their young, and overall, they would probably have a better chance of passing on their genes to the next generation. And thus, in the next generation, there would be more giraffes with longer necks than in the previous generation. Over time, this selection could continue to the point where giraffe necks on average had lengthened, that this longer neck was no longer a minority of the population as a variant, but rather the average condition for the population. In this new population, new mutations could lengthen the neck even more, and this selection process could repeat itself. And so over time, there could be a gradual lengthening of giraffes' necks as an adaptation to heightened trees in the environment. Natural selection favors those individuals who are best fit to survive and reproduce in a specific habitat, since they are the ones most likely to pass on their genes to the next generation, and the next generation is more likely to then possess that trait which adapts the previous generation to survive and reproduce in that environment. This is an example of natural selection.